Yeah, here we go. Happy Monday, fellow Bitcoiners, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 92.
92.
I am King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and community daily, Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got new. What's going on, Malik?
Hey,
Morning.
Malik?
You can beat everybody into it. Let me
yeah.
restart and get this chat box. I'm trying to remember to start saying the dates.
Yo,
The
what up,
dates today,
Ariel?
too.
Alex.
Today is January 29th for the podcast. Like I said, we've been getting this podcast vamped up, people. Hopefully, we'll have it out this week. And pardon the background noise if you hear it. It's a lot of construction going on.
Yep, gotta build, gotta make some new stuff.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Gotta make it happen. All right, free Bitcoin last week. Who won it?
Actually, nobody. We actually didn't get any different names for the chat box. So during the show,
we didn't have it.
What we'll see is as we go through, we'll try and keep it going. Try and send out some names for the chat box that you think are creative. If we see some during the show or after the show, then we'll actually send you that free Bitcoin. So we need a good name for the chat box. Somebody said whole gang last week and something else,
that's
but
too common.
We got a
good name for the chat box.
Yeah,
come on.
we're trying to we're gonna name it that, and
name it.
Yeah, we're gonna actually call you all that.
You will be a part of it. You'll be a part of this.
Yeah,
let's do it together.
Let's do it.
All right, so nothing new yet. Yeah, I know where Antonio at, man. Antonio must have had a long night. He's not in yet. Crypto Q in the house. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, Crypto?
All right, so just to get it started, here we go again, people. We have another Dino of the day. Actually, it's about 2 or 3 contenders, but we just picked one just for the sake of time. But yeah, we have another Dino of the day. Again, it's unfortunate. It always happens on the weekends. I don't know if it's Zay or somebody keep leaving his gate open to the park.
I would say, yeah. Jurassic Park too big. Can't even close all the gates.
It's too big, but we have another one. Today's Dino of the day is another guy whose name I can't really pronounce, nor do I care about since he's a dino. But
many syllables.
I'm going to try. Nouriel Roubini is the former Clinton administration economist. Oh, bet he did a great job. New York University professor. He's held positions at the International Monetary Fund, the Federal Reserve, and the World Bank. So you would think he's a very bright person. However, you would think. However, Nouriel Roubini said that blockchain is quoted an untested utopian pipe dream. He believes blockchain's potential has been overstated while condemning the notion that cryptocurrencies could replace fiat currencies as, quote, again, utterly idiotic, end quote.
Man, it was some dumb people. Yeah.
We are moving like backwards on this thing.
Yeah, well, to me it's the same fun, same. I mean, I'm sure some more gonna come out, but yeah, same type of people. They work for the whoever IMF. They work for
right.
Top Bank. They won a Nobel Peace Prize. It's the same type of people that keep saying this. I'm pretty sure these people are linking up, and when they talk to each other, it's like this can't really work, can it? Yeah, this can't really work. I mean, it's not that big.
Take one for the team. Tell me it won't work.
Yeah, go out and say something about it, and then we can make it not work. But yeah, you deserve this dinosaur today.
Well, just from a factual standpoint, he said that blockchain is an untested utopian pipe dream. It's already working. Again, when people say these things, you realize they don't say anything about the white paper. They don't say anything about the 9 years that Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and blockchain has been in business.
All the advancements.
They don't say any of these things. They just say it can't work. It's stupid. You're stupid if you believe in it. You're dumber if you invest in it. But they don't even talk about the use case. Like, it's already been working. That's the point. I really don't get that when they say, it's untested. No, it is tested. And then he said the notion that cryptocurrencies could replace fiat currencies as utterly idiotic. If that's utterly idiotic, then why is there becoming a crypto ruble, a petrodollar? People are talking about a Fed coin.
I mean, MIT has a whole blockchain lab. I mean, they're all over the country now, all over the world. Sorry. I mean, if you calling them idiotic, then
right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, these people, they don't acknowledge what it's done good. They only say whatever talking points they come up with. But yeah, thank you all for joining. Lamar, Mike, Montoya, thank you all for joining.
Alicia, P-Man Van, Angela, Alex, Tonio, everybody who's going. GITV, Franklin Rays.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's unfortunate. Again, we have this traditional mindset. Again, it's not going to change. It happens every weekend. Every week we get a new one. I expect we'll have a long laundry list of more to come. But until then, let's go ahead and give, what's his name, Nouriel Roubini. You go ahead and get this loud roar.
Get this dinosaur today.
Gotta get these speakers hooked back up. Let it play. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man,
You
that's a
are
refreshing
Dino.
sound. That is a refreshing sound. When
Music
I come
to
in.
my ears.
You know what that means? Every time we play that Dino of the Day, that means your Bitcoin just became worth that much more because there are people that are going to be dumping or not buying off of this person's advice because of all his glorious different achievements he's held. Kind of rolling into that. This is our second contender of Dino of the Day. We're not going to give it to him because I think we gave it to him before, but we just want to point out how ludicrous the thought process is. But Deutsche, I think I said it right this time. 'Cause last time I said it wrong. Deutsche Bank's chief investment office head Marcus Mueller has suggested that governments will legitimize crypto investments could exist in 5 to 10 years. Originally speaking in an interview with Bloomberg on Monday, everybody's always talking Bloomberg, CNBC. You're starting to see the trend.
CNBC is full of dumb people.
And this is Bloomberg who said they have their own blockchain. They just run it.
Stop watching CNBC.
Originally speaking in an interview with Bloomberg on Monday today, January 29, Mueller cautioned against current investment in cryptocurrency as only for those who invest speculatively while appealing for businesses in the spirit to work together with regulators. Okay, as Andreas Antonopoulos would say, it is not a bug, it's a feature.
Yeah.
We have dealt with clients like, the accredited investors, and it's not all of them, but a few, guys, who are a little bit older. And this is all they think about too. They think, well, is it legitimate in this bank's eyes? Is it legitimate in this government's eyes? And we're like,
Daddy didn't tell me I could do it.
Right. That is the point. But again, you have Deutsche Bank telling investors now, hey, sit on the sideline for another 5 to 10 years. And once all the businesses start working with regulators and we bring it around mainstream, then it's safe for you all to buy it.
Yeah. I mean,
makes no sense.
Y'all sound like the kid who couldn't ride his bike without the helmet. Like, come on, man. You don't get on your bike and come home, man.
Oh,
we gotta
my
go to the
goodness.
store. Like, I don't understand it. And then also, too, the time span, he said, if regulation isn't coming for another 5 to 10 years.
I'm all in right now.
I was about to say, people are, hey, you got 5 years to make it happen before it's really
free for all.
Yeah. And the happening is only 2 years away. So we talking about value-wise. You can see a huge, dramatic increase in crypto because regulation does take a long time. They got to coordinate with each other, which they don't like. Nope. A lot of paperwork to push.
Now they got to coordinate internationally.
Yeah, international
everywhere.
Yeah, the guy from Switzerland is calling for international cooperation, which is good luck because I mean these countries are fighting for Bitcoin and digital currency just like the other ones. So so honestly, he should have got a Dino of the Day.
Right, you know what?
We've had him too many times.
We've actually had him as a Dino of the Day. Like
before.
you get, it's the same people, same rhetoric, same messaging, and that's how messaging works. Like that's what happened. They tell you. It don't matter if you say it 100 times. When you go back, the PR press is gonna be like, say it 101 times. Like it doesn't matter. Just keep saying it. People are gonna listen.
Yep. But we have receipts. Like I said,
we have the receipts.
Remember all these people, because I'm telling you, these are the people that's gonna try and convince you over the next few years that it's something, a terrorist or something. About they're gonna come with it. Trust me.
I mean, I do want to beat this dead horse. He said wait 5 to 10 years and to wait after businesses have worked with the regulators. Like, you are literally telling people to get in last.
Yeah.
Like,
please
what?
don't get in before us. Yeah.
What? And I mean, again.
It used to be innovation comes out, starts at the top.
Right.
We figured it out 10 years later. Now, regular people already have it, and 10 years later, they just now figuring out what they can do about it. So.
And then 2 main points on this. First, the tech moves so fast. We talked about this. The tech moves so fast. Forget another 5 years. In another 2 to 3 years, it's going to be a whole different landscape we're looking at. It's going to be a whole different ecosystem. Everything's going to change.
Coin market cap going to be different.
Yeah, it might not even be a coin market cap. You know what I mean?
Could be somebody else take over.
You talking about 5 to 10 years. This thing's about to change by the end of this year. And then, secondly, again, it's unfortunate, but there are people who listen to this advice. Like, we talk to the people. It's, hey, not to do the ages thing, but they're usually my plus 40, 45 crowd. And they're like, well, Deutsche Bank said it's not legitimate yet, and then the regulators haven't worked with it, so we shouldn't probably buy it. Yeah. And that's how they go about their business. But again, that just makes Bitcoin even more valuable. Deutsche and Marcus Mueller, you don't even deserve Dino of the Day. You disgust me. All right. Next story, which is a huge story. Tether, the issuer of the dollar-peg cryptocurrency USDT. We talked a lot about them already. We're not huge fans. We're not fans at all.
Nah. No.
But they said they have severed their relationship with audit firm Friedman LLP. Actually, Friedman, it looked like severed theirs first. They took them off their website. But Tether came out and issued a statement as well and saying, hey, we severed our firm. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well,
besides the obvious.
I've never been a big fan of Tether anyway. And to try and peg it to a certain amount. It was a noble try, but it wasn't something that actually worked because we don't know how many are printed, who's actually backing it. Is the money there? Because if people try and cash in their tethers at a certain time, we're talking the same thing as banks. If everybody tried to cash at the same time, would they have that money? And this is what crypto is for, so that it would be there. So I'm not a big fan of Tether, but the fact that this relationship is over is not really surprising because I'm sure some people are backing away. Maybe they know something we don't, or the reason they got rid of that relationship. So that's what I've always said is if something comes out the blue, it's probably leading to something else later. So
well, and not only that, I mean, from an audit point of view as well, whenever you get an audit, not just financially, whatever type of audit, compliance and everything, usually when the company that hired the audit company to come in, or whether they hired them or they had to have them come in per government regulations, when they sever that tie, it's usually because they don't like what they were told.
Yeah.
That is what usually happens. So, I mean, this is allegedly, I can only imagine, but I'm just thinking maybe Friedman told Tether something they didn't want to hear, or with their research, they're like, hey, from where we stand as a business, we have to release what we found.
Yeah.
Again, they didn't agree, and they say, you know what? How about we just fire you guys? So take your money wherever we were supposed to pay you, and this ended there in the quietest kept basis. So I don't see no other reason why they would do it. Again, I see where Tether's coming from. They're saying, hey, we're a new company, it's a new environment. You can't audit us the same way you can audit others, and those are all great points. However,
sort of.
right. However, we're talking about a lot of money here, so there has to be accountability. But again, we talked about Tether for a while, so
yeah. If you don't use Tether, in my opinion,
right?
I mean,
it's just like, what's the point? I still don't get the point.
Yeah, but I mean, some people see the use case because they could use it on like Poloniex back when it first jumped on there, and then they think they could transfer it easier. But for most people, sign up is it's a nightmare. Then once you get it, the limits are a nightmare. And then once they print out tethers and distribute it through Bitfinex, that whole little we don't even know what's going on with that at that level. So I wouldn't mess with it.
Well, and even bigger thing, it's one of those things. Three's a trend, people. Mm-hmm. Like people keep saying, "Be wary of Tether. Be wary of Tether. Be leery of Tether." Mm-hmm. People keep saying it in the community. So at this point, if you go forward and use it for whatever reason, because you really can't get away without using it.
Yeah.
I haven't used it yet. I don't think you have.
Nah.
Right. So you don't need to use it. But for those who decide to continue to use it anyway, if that story ever hits, there will be a lot of YouTubers and Twitter people saying, "I told you so already." Because here we are again with this another thing. Everybody's like, it doesn't look right.
I would say double down. Just come out with Tether Connect and just y'all just link up and just say, we just, hey, if you dumb enough, that should be this low. If you dumb enough to fall for this, you deserve to get it.
Listen, I got this oceanfront property in Arizona I want you all to have.
Yeah.
All right, Bitcoin startup BTCC has been acquired by a Hong Kong-based blockchain investment fund. According to BTCC, which is now registered in the UK, because of all the China regulations, they had to go ahead and get the hell out ASAP.
Get up out of there.
Its exchange business traded over $25 billion in Bitcoin in 2017, while its mining pool produced almost $900 million worth of Bitcoins in this same year. However, that mining pool only accounted, I think, for about 3.2% of all the hash power in the community and the ecosystem. However, that is still a lot of money.
Good,
25 billion on the exchange.
Yeah. And
900 million in mining.
Yeah.
Woo! And the investment fund bought it.
Yeah. Well, this is my thing. It's too. Okay. First of all, nobody. They didn't say who actually bought it. There's no names. There's nobody attached to it. However, in September, when they banned the exchanges, we did warn that the ban was nothing more than a chance for the government to regulate it. So what I think happened, in my opinion, is they did the ban. They told them, hey, if you want to actually work, you have to get acquired or you have to change your rules. So I'm pretty sure they let themselves get acquired by a group who is influenced by the government. Okay. And once they got acquired by that group, they have to follow that group's rules, who, like I said, I think is influenced by government or governments. So to me, it's more like they needed the regulation, and now they're coming out with this story like, oh yeah, look how valuable we are because we got acquired, just so both sides can win. Just from a business standpoint, I think that's what's happening here. I could be wrong, but shout out to them for getting acquired. But we'll see where it goes from here because they are one of the biggest exchanges. 25 billion is nothing to sniff at.
Right. Just a couple of comments. Antonio, great point. Said BitUSD would have already been on top of exchanges if they didn't ban BitShares. Agree, and we know why they did it though. Let's see, a couple of comments too. Angela Brown said, can we do more ICOs that Americans can participate in? Americans can participate in all the ICOs. Is that accredited investors only can participate in them?
Yeah.
So at this point, for the most part of our audience, they aren't accredited, so we don't talk about ICOs too much anymore.
Yeah.
And not only that, ICOs are ripe for scam, so it might not be the best move right now as far as investments.
There's plenty else.
Plenty of other ways to make money. OI Prox 1103 asked us about the IRS trying to tax people. We covered this a few times. So the long short version is everybody in a different country has different rules they have to abide by. However, again, as we just said, the things about crypto are a feature, not a bug. So when it comes to taxes, it's up to the individual.
Yeah, because everybody has different amounts. Everybody has different actions. Some people traded, some people held, some people don't really care about paying taxes. It's up to you. So yeah, make sure you consult your accountant or your crypto advisor or whoever. So
we're not mining anything right now. Tariq asked, what do we mine? Nothing right now.
Nothing.
All right, what else is going on? Major Japanese consumer electronics retailer Yamada Denki has partnered with cryptocurrency exchange Bitflyer to add Bitcoin payment service in 2 of its stores. Huge win, I think. Again, just like any other business, when they're bringing in a new product or mechanism or payment system, whatever it is, they do it slowly. But you're talking about, they said a major electronics retailer. They're going to start off at 2 stores, see if it works, see the need is there, the demand is there. But again, it's a step in the right direction. You talk about Japan. You remember in Japan, Bitcoin, the merchants are what, 260,000 stores now? Yeah, so. Yeah. It's a lot bigger than everywhere else. Yeah, probably more than that. I think by the end of this year, they're saying like 340,000 they want them to be in.
Yeah, we'll see.
So for a big retailer like this to start accepting Bitcoin, I think that's pretty good.
Hell yeah, absolutely. Any news where people start onboarding users to buy crypto is good. We saw Robinhood. We saw with Cash App back in the day. With exchanges, anytime you can partner up and get those payments, bring more people in the community. So shout out to Bitflyer.
Right.
Yep.
And speaking of Cash App, I saw Bitcoin Vegan said Cash App is no good. I saw some people talk about it because I know there's some issues going on with either limits, privacy, as well as
there's no privacy on there. As soon as you buy it, they can see it. They can see when you bought it, when you sold it. Same thing with some of these exchanges too, though. But it's a good way to get started, especially for lower people who are buying 100 worth, 500 worth. You're not out here buying $500,000 worth of Bitcoin anyway, so you don't really have nothing to worry about.
Stephen Youngblood, he asked, are we following the Jarvis ICO coming up with Digital Underground? No, but since which Digital Underground, we are going to look into it.
I watched Tupac movie this weekend.
All right. I'm starting to see more for specific coins. What happened to Omis Go? The OMG,
Nah.
Yeah, so I'm seeing more specific coins. We don't really talk about specific coins too much. However, Coincheck is to offer refunds from the hack they had. You remember last week they got hacked for almost $500 million just about.
Give me that.
But 2 things that came out of it. First, they said they could actually trace the ZIM or the NIM that was hacked. They think they can, so we'll see. I think that would be huge if they can trace about $450–500 million worth of stolen crypto. That will finally put the mainstream naysayers to rest as far as it being anonymous. This construction is destroying us in the background.
True.
And also, Coincheck said they're going to offer refunds from everybody who's hacked. So they're telling me they have an extra $450 million just sitting around offering refunds.
Yeah, we'll see.
Somebody not doing their taxes over there.
I was gonna say, it's pretty easy to give people refunds if you have the money. So, like I said, I'm kind of skeptical on most of these exchanges. So in my opinion, the hack that happened, if it happened, it happened. But if it didn't, it is pretty easy to pay back $400 million when you got $520 million taken. That's still a $100 million come up. So they could have good press that they're a good exchange and $100 million at the same time. So why wouldn't you hack yourself or let it happen? But
they're like, we know how to trace the funds. We know exactly where they're at.
We know exactly how to trace the funds.
How to get it, and we're gonna give you a refund.
Yeah, and they're gonna blacklist the web wallets that use it, which to me is kind of dangerous because let's say, for example, somebody hacked whatever cryptocurrency and they just decided to go on I'm gonna send it to everybody spree. And every address that they send it to gets blacklisted, and then you try and use it for an exchange, and they're like, you can't use it. So I don't think that's the right way to go about it. But if they do have some way security-wise to track it, if it was done to them, then shout out to them because that's a lot of money to be able to refund.
David19 asks, do you guys think there will ever be a universal regulation system for cryptocurrency? I think they'll try it, but even then, we always talk about they can't agree on universally, internationally. What have we agreed on where there is a universal system of anything?
We only have we even have a universal system right now.
Yeah, like, anything really. So,
anything.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think they'll try it, but even if they try, I mean, in order for a universal system to work,
people have to listen first.
Yeah, people have to listen. So the people who come on and ask about, no offense to you, but the universal regulations and taxes and all this, yeah, it will work if you all say, okay, we got to do it their way. But if you decide to continue doing things your own way, I don't think it will work.
Nah, and I mean, if y'all start getting soft here, then I'm going to South Korea.
Right, they not playing.
They ain't about to let it happen.
Really,
South Korea is the riders, boy.
Okay. Alex said, how much time does Coinbase have left? They got a lot of money right now, so they might be able to draw it out pretty long.
Yeah. And I saw an interesting synopsis on their competition with Robinhood and with other companies that'll come out with no fee transactions, that all Coinbase will do is use their muscle or money, so to say, to just add more coins and promote more in other countries, stuff like that, just to make the money back. But as far as in the public eye, I don't know if it'll go away unless there's something catastrophic. So I don't know. If there's a way to predict how much time they have left, let us know. But it's a company. I mean, they're going to figure out something.
All right. So to add a little funny to the show right now, ATL Capricorn is over here clowning Zay. He said you still got, or she, one or two said, you still got a coat on in the house. They said, go pay your electric bill. Listen, we in LA. It's like 86 out here, all right? My electric bill. We warm out here already.
I wear a hoodie every day. I've been wearing a hoodie like every day since I was like 17.
He said every day since I was 17.
I don't know. If you ever meet anybody who knows me, they'll be like, yeah, that's exactly how he dresses. Warm or not.
All right, last story, but of course, it's not a big story, but it's one of the things that we're starting to see happen more, which we keep, cautioning people about. Mm-hmm. Maybe we need to have an all hands call for the exchange owners and the executives at some of these big companies. But a UK crypto trader has been forced to hand over his Bitcoin at gunpoint. A British man who runs a cryptocurrency trading firm was yesterday forced at gunpoint to hand over an unknown quantity of Bitcoin. The report described how 4 robbers forcefully entered the residence, tied up a woman, while demanding that the trader transferred his Bitcoin. Again, we're starting to see a little bit more of this. Be vigilant, especially if you have a lot of your own crypto, or if you're advertising a new exchange or a new ICO that you have. I see people in the chat box talking about ICOs and stuff. Send the address next to it. But seriously, you gotta be careful. It's getting crazy out here, unfortunately. But yeah, if everything moves over to the digital side, I mean, I see this happening a lot more initially than stopping, because at the end of the day, it's just so many ways to distribute your own cryptocurrency. I don't even think it'd be worth it for a criminal to try to take it. I mean, that just makes no sense.
Yeah. And there's in my opinion, there's too many different types of robbery that can happen that you don't have to show up to try and get crypto. It's easier ways to get money.
Have they not heard about this hacking thing?
Yeah, I was about to say, people are hacking from 3,000 miles away, so it's
you don't get you a VPN and stop being lazy?
Yeah, exactly.
You're just gonna do it the old-fashioned way, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Other than that, for the free Bitcoin today, what do we have?
Like I said, we didn't get anything under the last video, so we got to come up with a name for the chat box.
Yeah, we need a name for the chat box.
If you're on Facebook, go to our YouTube. Once the video comes out, put in a name for our chat box so we can name it, call you all that. Hopefully we come up with something by tomorrow so we can go from there. But whoever wins, make sure, or whoever comments, make sure you put that public address, and we will send you that free Bitcoin. So,
all right, I think that's all we have for today. It's been a slow weekend. The price is still steady, which is a good thing. Again, the price should be higher, but we have about 5 or 10 different forks coming out. Oh, that's not too bad. Dino Hunters is good.